Right, welcome back to Dewan Pundit Indonesia, the English version, and our second segment. Let's shift our focus to the right side of Manchester United, who just grabbed a very dramatic 2-1 win against Manchester City in the dying minutes of the game. And this has definitely bolstered confidence in their manager, Ruben Amorim. But there's been a chatter that Amorim's tactical approach might be too daring. So I'm gonna go and ask Adiani straight away. Do you think it was bravery or was it just pure recklessness?
In the game against City?
Yes, in the game against City, when it comes to the tactical approach, some say that they've been too daring.
Not really. I don't think so.
No, really?
I don't think it's still because of the personnel. Doesn't quite match up with the tactics. It's gonna take time. A couple of windows. Trying to get out maybe a couple of superstars as well. But the decision in not playing, even not in the roster for the match, you take out from the team Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho. That is one statement from the boss that I think that is the right way to do. It is the hard way, but when your team in the end wins, then you have that control now. You have that respect. The locker room is now different, the situation. And what he tells us is maybe the truth. And it's been way too long for far too many managers to just sit there and watch the likes of maybe Marcus Rashford not acting really good in training and not doing the drills maybe, and in the match not doing what the manager wants. So it's time to maybe take him out from the side. And for Garnacho, maybe there's hope because he's still young, and Ruben Amorim can work with him. And Marcus Rashford is interesting. This is now becoming in terms of how he reacts after this, because I do think that he'll play against Tottenham, or maybe in the game in the Premier League at the weekend against Bournemouth, I think. There's a chance for him to show Ruben Amorim what he can do, and maybe have a good couple of sessions to change the thinking of the manager in terms of how he works on the pitch and on the training ground, and how he reacts with other players. That is the main problem for Marcus Rashford. But the tactics from Amorim is high risk, but again, it's been great for Lisbon, winning titles in Portugal, doing well in Europe before Amorim took off. So in modern football, I think you need to take that risk. You need to be positive, to start game with a certain pace to try to put pressure on the opponent. And if you don't have the personnel, if you are not sure with your side, then you perform like Manchester United. You hang in there for a long time, just 1-0 down. That is perfect. And with City, I don't know if they did the scouting right, because maybe from the get-go they can attack City from the midfield. It was very a very bad performance again from the midfielders. There's no protection for the back line, and it took maybe towards the end, the last 15 minutes for Manchester United to step on the pedal, and finally they can break that City very, very weak backline with the mistakes happening from the likes of Matheus Nunes.
What do you think, Mr. Rizzi? Because I saw one of your Insta story posts. You were posting a photo of Amorim, if I'm not mistaken, with the song "You're Beautiful" by James Bond. Was it you?
Not me. I never post something Man United related. It must be somewhere else.
It was
either you or was it Theo?
I think Theo.
Definitely.
Yeah. Sorry.
One of those.
I never posted anything Man United related, except when they play against Newcastle and Newcastle.
Sorry, because you guys have been popping up a lot on my Instagram feed lately.
Because of our weekly schedule.
Yes, so it was probably Theo. Sorry for the mistake.
No problem. But I think it was like for 70-80 minutes. It was like kind of one of the least entertaining Manchester derby that in recent years. I mean, compared
I was
to
working,
previous.
so I have to take it out.
This
is an interesting match. Both teams doesn't know what to do here.
Convince yourself it's
an
interesting match, whilst I can play games while watching it. I have other distractions until that moment when not the Gvardiol goal, but the Matheus Nunes implosion mistake double mistakes. It's rarely we saw someone make those.
But that's normal, I think, because when you
Yeah.
make that suicide pass and then you want
He
to make
tried to
things
amend
right,
things
yeah,
right.
but
Yeah.
it gets worse.
He tried too hard. It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think this result. Yeah, I think this result is the only result that Amorim can have if he chose to bench, not even bench, not
even
to
in
not
the
bring,
roster.
to not bring Rashford and Garnacho. If he decided that he wants to get to sideline Garnacho and Rashford, and then he lost this game, it's not gonna go well for him. The optics of that is not
True.
is not really convincing. But the way the team wins, and the team wins with Ahmad scoring the winning goal. I mean, maybe he's like the personification of the Amorim era, the new Amorim era. And in the post-match press conference, when Amorim said, "Today proved we can leave anyone outside the squad and manage to win if we play together."
Yep.
It's really a different kind of vibes from the previous Manchester United squad, when you may be sometimes more dependent on one or two players, one or two divas, if you may, that contributed negatively to the dressing room atmosphere. Yeah, with him winning this, and it's not. I think on the pitch wise, it's not easy. Sidelining those two players, because Rashford has 7 goals and 3 assists in all competition this season. Garnacho has 8 goals and 4 assists. Only Bruno Fernandes has better goals and assist numbers other than those two, with 6 goals and 10. So this is a big call, not just because of what he saw in the training field, but what they can actually give on the pitch with the Amorim doing what he did. I mean, this is a great statement from him.
Any thoughts, Kiko?
I mean, the gamble already started. The risk already started when he signed the Man United job. Now, whatever he does after that is, you know, it's part of the job. You know, testing his tactics with Sporting Lisbon, seeing which players that he can use. Then, you know, looking at the windows and see. It'll be interesting to see what kind of players he can use. Maybe, probably some players from the Lisbon side that he'd work with, but. Be interesting to see. But yeah, the risk already started then. This is now part of the job, and it worked well with Man City. They were unlucky with the first goal, with the first Guardiola goal, deflection to the center, and then just not simple, but a good header by Vardio in the middle, and then after that, again, I agree with you guys with it not being quite the entertaining game, but they were able to push at the end, and Amad Diallo is, you know, showing his talent that he couldn't show back then, and I thought he was quite fearless with what he did. You know, I think a lot of players would just shoot it at that point, but he chipped it and then he shoot it right after, and it's working wonders for Amorim. So I think definitely a gamble, definitely a risk, but it's still working. So why fix it if it's an issue? It
was a great goal, the winning goal, but I think it's preventable. Because Guardiola is on position, and I think he was thinking about back heeling the ball, and not just hitting into row Z, just to the side, and that is a very strange defending from Guardiola. Because he was running
not the first
back
time
towards
this
the
season,
goal. A strange decision from a great defender. The Ahmad control was brilliant, taking the ball down. That is impressive. And then shooting from an angle that's almost impossible. Again, great performance from Ahmad. And I agree with Frizzy that this is a player that is showing his quality and enjoying the Amorim way of playing.
Okay, so back to Rashford. If he does leave, where exactly do you think he's going to fit best?
I'd love to see him somewhere.
Future team or?
You know, we saw Jesse Lingard in the past with
Arsenal's looking for a forward.
But I don't think that quite suits. You know, we saw Jesse Lingard going to West Ham and it worked quite well. You know, I think it's within the spectrum of those kind of teams where it's not in the so-called Big 6 teams of the Premier League. If it's in the Premier League, you know, it would be fun to see him, you know, somewhere like Brentford, where you know he can be in addition to the attacking juggernaut that they already have right now, add that depth in, and you know something like Brighton as well. I mean, I don't know, but
But how can they make room the salary?
The
No,
salary,
just
the
like in the
350,000.
future.
Yeah, that's
350,000. That's the difficulty.
that's the biggest stumbling block. I mean,
Mhm.
even the rumor has it that clubs in Spain are monitoring him, but again, his salary, not a lot of teams can afford him
Can't
right
afford
now.
him. Yeah.
With the way he's acting right now, they need instant result. They need goals from the guy. I mean, he's a player that we know he can score loads of goals, as like he showed after the World Cup. He can score in streaks.
Yeah.
I think this is a player who in 2022-23 won Player of the Month in 3 different seasons before before February even. January, February, and September of the season. He got the talent. I mean, he just how the new club, whatever it is, wherever it is, they can extract that player. He's still 27. I mean, he's at the peak of his power. He's supposed to be at the peak of his power. But I mean, whatever happened to the Marcus Rashford of 18 months ago? That's the question of
I think
years ago.
he spoke to Henry Winter earlier.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw
And
that,
then I think for Manchester United that is not too good, the interview. I think it will lower his price, and that's why there's a counter reaction from Amorim saying that United needs him, we need him. United is going to be great with Rashford. It's just how he reacts.
They're gonna help Marcus.
That is surely because I think the comments in that interview is going to lower the price and attract a lot of clubs from Spain, from Italy. I think Italy is a perfect fit for Marcus, and the way that the working situation now in Italy with all the Scottish players there as well, they're changing the working system there, so it's more easier for UK athletes to do their job, continuing their career in Italy, and I think it's going to be a great situation if he can come into teams like Juventus or even AC Milan, Internazionale. It'll be a great fit, or maybe Fiorentina, like De Gea.
De Gea, even Che Adams playing in Torino.
Torino scoring from the midway line. I saw that game; it was insane. So again, Amorim, I think he is a very smart manager. He knows what he's doing. He enjoys talking with the media. He knows how to handle the media. I think better than Southgate, and he's trying to protect.
Better than Southgate?
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I do think so.
Oh, you don't agree with
I
that?
do think so. Ashford is now out of the club. No more Southgate conversations.
You mentioned
You mentioned it first.
So I think Amorim again. He is very smart. He knows what he's doing, and I think he's playing both sides for Marcus. He's trying to defend his player, although he's the one who didn't take him to the squad for the game against Man City. But again, if you have Marcus feeling confident, scoring goals, then he's good for Manchester United. But at the moment, I think Marcus wants. That's like a transfer request, I think. In itself for
sounds like he wants to be transferred.
Yeah, but
with the January transfer window only like less than 2 weeks.
But I want to see that reaction. I want to see Marcus playing in the next game and see how he reacts. If he can't show,
but I think he's been there in this position, and he doesn't really prove that he can make that another step up, right? I think
so.
Yeah, I think with Manchester United, having Højlund also scoring goals for them, with Ahmad also chipping in. I think there's less pressure on him compared to maybe a year ago.
But I think he can
6
take
months ago.
inspiration from the likes of a certain Harry Maguire. Everybody was against him, even in the world of mice and insects.
And I actually agree with that.
And
he's
now
playing well.
he's performing well. He works very hard in training. He is potentially going to get a contract extension. So you have
to see that.
that case where Maguire was almost out of the side, but now he's starting matches again. And then you have Bruno Fernandes. Everybody was like not loving his game, too selfish, a lot of complaints on the pitch. But now he's performing very well. So you can have that 180 degree reaction and then change things around. And I think that is the thing that maybe Ruben Amorim wants, but it's very difficult because Rashford is a different personality than the likes of Harry Maguire and Bruno Fernandes.
Well, speaking about transfer rumors, Manchester United is also reportedly keen on Diego Leon. Can some of you guys please shed some light on this player and what exactly could he bring to the team, the backline?
Still 17-year-old, yeah. It stays right there. Widely regarded as one of the best under 18 South American talents out there. But he just have that 19 competitive games during his career. Very, very young. But yeah, it's wise not to judge too much from someone who just played 19 professional games. But yeah, 17-year-old, his physicality, I gather that is one of his strong attributes, his physicality and his directness in play. I think, yeah, I don't know, for like someone that young to go into Manchester United team, I don't know, maybe this is one for the future, like Ahmad was when he first came in from Atalanta. I think he needs one or two loan spells to move to develop himself more, because it's rare for a player to go straight from a Paraguayan first division to Premier League. I think it's only Julio Enciso made that move when Brighton took him in a few years ago. Yeah, so it's not. I will be very surprised if he came in and be involved with the first team as soon as he arrives. Yeah.
United has also had some defensive issues in recent seasons. Do you think that Diego Leon could be the perfect missing piece?
From his style of play, I think he's the one that is going to provide balls towards the opponent's half, because the pace, he likes to attack from the flank, going inside into midfield, inverted, as we see from a few highlights from his match in Paraguay. He has that eye towards goal, but defensively, we don't know quite yet the quality that he has. And in this very young age, I think he will be a great player to have, but he needs to develop his game, I think. The way he attacks that half space, it's unbelievable, but we don't know going back and out of possession how he can handle the pressure from the stars playing in the Premier League. I think there's this one Norwegian player from Rosenborg, also very, very good. Who was his name?
Who's
the one linked with Manchester United?
I don't know that.
That one, that guy.
He doesn't post anything about Manchester United. He doesn't really care about Manchester United.
I thought he was going to go, when we were talking about Diego Leon, I thought he was going to go to Miggy Almiron.
Paraguay in the Premier League, of course.
Newcastle centric there.
Right, so last question. Kiko, how would you think Leon's potential arrival might impact other players? And could this spark healthy competition or cause instability?
No, I think it will spark a good, healthy competition because, you know, bringing somebody this young, you're not going to use... Well, the plan is not to use him right away unless he performs really well from the get-go, from practice. But you're building long-term, and somebody in this position, in how Amorim's style of play is, you know, you're looking to build it and from the back to the front, from the sides. You need this player to be actually very good at offense, which Adi mentioned about that. But how that translates to the Premier League, or even in the Premier League team itself, in the practice day-to-day, we need to see how that develops in the coming years. 17 years old. I think the other players would feel some pressure coming in. Not pressure, but you know, just some challenge coming in. But will be interesting to see how, if this happens, how that will shape the other positions for Man United as well. So.
I just found out the other guy was Sverre Nypan.
Okay.
Similar to Fernandes, 17 years young, a great attacking midfielder. I think United could need a player like him. But defensively, I think the one player that United needs to take an eye on is Buongiorno. Playing very well in Torino. He's injured, but when he plays, he has this agility, speed, quality in the air, great defensive capabilities, and then can dribble the ball into midfield to create that connection with the attacking players. So I think Buongiorno, former.
Is this center back or left back?
He could play on the left side of the three-man defense. So he's a great player.
position.
And if Lisandro goes to Real, then Buongiorno is the guy.
Where did that came from? all right.
Out of the blue.
So what do you think, Jebret team? Who do you think should come to United and save their backline? We're going to go on a little break, and we'll be back right after this one.